If you want to win some free PSN or Xbox gift cards, all you gotta do is be subscribed to my channel, drop a like on this video, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to turn on notifications. Also, Call of Duty points are in Infinite Warfare and Black Ops 3. If you want to get some free Call of Duty points, click that link down in the description, install the app, and start earning yourself some points today. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin, and welcome back to another Call of Duty World War II video. Now in today's video, we are going to be talking about sort of an underrated SMG, or because all the SMGs in this game are so good, this one sometimes goes under the radar for certain players. You know, everyone gets into the rhythm of when they like a gun, they keep spamming that gun. So hopefully you guys can enjoy this video. Drop a like. Let's go for 2,000 likes. I would really appreciate if you guys could drop a like for this thing. The World War II beta is ending soon, but I had to get this video out because I was so damn excited for this thing, and let's talk about it. So what I was trying to say is everyone gets into a rhythm. When I started using the grease gun, all the SMGs in this game are really good, so I stuck with the grease gun for a while, and then I started using the Type 100. I stuck with that one for a while. Then I got into the STG, and I stuck with that one for a while. But I was watching OPTIC SCUMP, who, if you guys don't know, he is a professional Call of Duty player, a great pub stomper, a YouTuber, a streamer, all that sort of stuff. He basically does everything, and he's very popular at everything he does. I was watching his live stream over on Twitch. He was streaming the World War II beta, and he was playing on Point du Hoc, and he was using this Waffle 28, or I like to call it the Waffle 28, because it's so damn close to Waffle. That's just what I call it. He was using this thing on Point du Hoc. He was absolutely melting people, and he was getting pretty hyped. He was on like a 10-15 gun streak. He was going, this gun is a cheat code, this gun is, like, he was saying stuff like that, and it was absolutely crazy. So I was like, you know what, maybe I need to give this gun a try. So I tried this thing out, and at first it completely sucked for me. I wasn't, like, when I was watching OPTIC SCUMP play with it, it looked like it had no recoil, he was controlling it, all that sort of stuff. At first it completely sucked for me, but then I kept grinding this thing. I started getting up attachments, and this gun, guys, let me tell you, is very, very good if you use it in the proper situation with the proper class setup and all that sort of stuff. So in this gameplay here, I get a lot of kills, but also a lot of deaths. I get like over 60 kills in this game, and this map is the perfect map for this gun. You're down in the trenches, but you don't want to use a shotgun that's only usable at completely close range. This is the perfect shotgun SMG, I guess you could call it. It's sort of like the Vesper or like the PPSH from Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and that's what I compare it with. This gun is absolutely amazing. So the number one flaw about this gun is it does have a bunch of recoil. It feels like the new Vesper in BO3. But the good thing is that, unlike a gun like the PPSH, where the recoil is sort of unpredictable, it could go right, it could go left. That's at least how I see the PPSH. It's some pretty unpredictable recoil. This one, always, the recoil will go up and to the right. So if you're a good player, of course, I highly recommend you run grip on this thing because you pretty much need to run grip. But you also, if are able to control the recoil by tap firing, by sort of pulling down to the left. It is harder than it sounds, but you can control the recoil by knowing the pattern. It's something that is very famous, you know, of course, in Counter-Strike Go, everyone does that. But then basically in Call of Duty, it's something that only the best players do, and that's something that, you know, when you're watching a really good player, you might say, why does his gun have no recoil? But when I use it, it has a bunch of recoil, and that's because players are doing their best to control their recoil. But where this gun definitely succeeds is up close to maybe close to medium range. Medium range, it kind of sucks, but you can tap fire, and because the fire rate is so strong, this thing is a monster. So let's talk about the ideal class setup. Of course, this is just for the beta, so when the game comes out, I'll be doing class setups and overpowered guns and everything for every single gun in the game, pretty much, because I'm so excited for that, and I'm so excited for that to test them out. But as far as a class setup right now, the one I was using in this video isn't the most ideal class, because basically I didn't have everything unlocked. But what you want to run with this thing is 100% you want to run the extended mag. That gives you up to, I think it's 48 bullets, and it also throws this random thing up on the side of your weapon, which does look kind of cool. It's sort of like a drum mag that sticks out the side of your gun. That's what you get if you have the extended mags on it. And as far as the second attachment, it's pretty obvious. You want to have grip, because this thing, you know, the hipfire is already very strong, but you 100% need grip. Now, as far as the division, I 100% always rock airborne division. I don't think there's anything else that could work with this gun, because you need to be running around quick, you need to have that fast move, you need to be up in the enemy's face, and that's why it works so well with the airborne division and on a map like this. This map is literally made for close range combat. I'm not the biggest fan of this map, because I find that there's an issue when you're running through the trenches. You sort of have to look left and look right like you're crossing a street, but if you look the wrong way, you can just get unlucky, and unlucky COD timing, I guess you could say. COD timing is so prevalent on a map like this, which kind of does suck, but that's why a gun like this where you can outgun people simply because of your weapon choice is absolutely awesome, and that's why I'd give it to that. So those are the 2 attachments. You want to run the airborne division. However, I don't attach the suppressor, which is weird because on most guns I would attach a suppressor. However, on this map I don't attach the suppressor, but when I'm playing on the only other map I would use this gun on would be Gibraltar right now, and when I play on Gibraltar I would attach the suppressor on that one. So it just becomes, you know, personal preference there. As far as a basic training, essentially before you have extended mags, you want to run hustle because you want to get those fast reloads. The reload time is pretty fast in this gameplay. I don't have hustle on, so you don't need it, but that's what I would do. I kind of messed up on the class for this gameplay. But then once you have the extended mags, there's no reason to run hustle. Basically, the 2 that I would choose to run then are either gunslinger. That's what OPTIC SCUMP was using on his, and a lot of the pro players when I was watching them, I was like, why are they running so weird? It's because they all had gunslinger on, which allows you to basically have your gun up while you're sprinting around like this. You can see I'm running around sort of weird, and you can shoot while sprinting. Your gun is up, or when you're running around, shoot while sprinting and diving and stuff like that. Gunslinger is pretty helpful on a map like this where people can pop out of nowhere into the trench, and that's why I would recommend it. However, what I'm rocking with for my favorite basic training right now is ordnance, and that is basically hardline. It gives you 125 points off of each streak. So that is something that, especially like on a map where the streaks can go in, where you have them in a solid spawn trap, and your mortar strikes, your artillery strikes, your paratroopers even, and the paratroopers 1000% need to be buffed, man. I've gotten them so many times, and so many times it's like, did I even call them in? Where did they go? They're not getting me any kills, and it is very, very annoying. So those definitely need some sort of a buff. But ordnance is the other one that I love. Of course, other people would probably say the third option for a basic training would be energetic, which allows you to basically adds to the sprinting and the fast sprinting, sprint faster after your sprint time is down. Which one thing if I have to complain about in this game is the maps are a decent size, which is okay, but they should have unlimited sprinting, which is kind of annoying. And I also wish they did have sliding. I don't know, people might say back in that day no one was sliding around or whatever, but I think the perfect Call of Duty movement system is one sort of like Call of Duty Ghost, maybe, if that had unlimited sprint. I don't really remember. I don't think it had unlimited sprint, but something where you can slide. I think slides are a lot more useful and a lot more fun than the dolphin dive. Dolphin dive is just kind of to dive undercover, or just kind of for the fun of it. It's not really that useful. However, sliding can be very effective. You can win gunfights with that, so I wish they had a slide in this game. And another thing is that unlimited sprint, although I can see like they basically built the whole airborne class around sprinting, which is probably why they didn't add by default unlimited sprint, but I think that would have been a lot better to speed up the gameplay, and it's something that has been in the last few CODs. Of course, those ones are not boots on the ground, but I think it would work where a COD is boots on the ground, but with fast-paced movement, sliding, and fast-paced speeding up. I think that would be the ideal Call of Duty game movement system for myself, personally. That's what I would say. Of course, my least favorite was probably the wall running. I don't really like the wall running that much. I think it's kind of a complete gimmick. But of course, the wall running paired with the boost jumps wasn't actually that bad and was playable. But that's what I would say about that. As far as using this gun, I know the beta is coming to a close, but when the game comes out, you probably want to look out for this gun and make sure you level up all the guns when the game comes out. That's what I'm going to be doing, and doing class setups on all of them. This one, the weird thing about this gun, and another thing that puts it under the radar, is that it looks exactly like the Type 100. Only when you aim down sights does it look a little bit different. It's got a little better, I wouldn't say better, I mean I'd say better personally for myself, better iron sight, but it looks exactly like the Type 100, which people sort of think, when I first saw this gun under the class setup, I thought that it was just a weapon variant of the Type 100, but it turns out it's a completely different weapon. So that's something that might also make it go under the radar. So all I'm going to say is look out for this gun when the game comes out. If you do have the beta, and the beta is still up for another day or so, maybe a little less than a day, be sure to test this thing out to give it a go. And Point Du Hoc, this map, which is, it's such a unique map. It's sort of like Dig from World at War, or BO2 it was remade into. That one is sort of like this map, but a little more open. This map really is just drop shot central, hip fire central, and this map, I hated it before, but once I discovered this gun, It is kind of fun, as long as you stay away from the grenades, which the grenade spam is too strong in this game. The grenades 100% need a nerf, but this map could be pretty fun if those grenades did get a nerf in the future, and I'm hoping this map will be on ground where it'll be absolutely crazy running through the trenches and running into 4 people, getting a quad feed and all that stuff. Drop a like if you made it to the end of the video, subscribe for a cookie, and don't looky. That's about it, guys. I'm out. Peace.